I tested the 5 best times to trade throughout the trading day. I'm going to show you which ones are the best time to make profits, which times have the most volatility. So let's get into it. Come over to my screen here. This is a 15-minute chart, and I really think that a 15-minute chart is going to give us the best insight to seeing where the most movement is, maybe where the most volatility is. There are 5 times that I really have found to be the best and worst times throughout the trading day in my 20 plus years of experience. Now, of course, everybody says, when should I trade, Mo? When is the best time to trade? In my well, I'll give you that answer by the end of this video, but in my opinion, starting right at 9:30 is really not the best time to trade. Why? Because overnight trades are settling. So you maybe have seen people out there that, think about it this way. You have pre-market. You go and you watch CNBC, you pull up your Yahoo Finance app, whatever, stock market's up or down 1%, 2% throughout the day. What's going on there? Well, there's people that are trading overnight, or people that put in trades at after 4 p.m. the following day, and they're waiting for them to open up. So what happens as soon as the market opens at 9:30 on the nose? Well, stocks start to buy, stocks start to sell, and it's in a rapid influx. Options trades start buying and selling. Bonds start moving around. Interest rates start moving around. You get a lot of back and forth. So at 9:30 in the morning, I typically don't like to trade. I don't like trading until about 5 after 10. So when you start getting this, you notice here, let me get rid of this little whisker. You notice here, this is the QQQ. It went from about 497 to about 499, maybe 498.50, and it bounced up and down, and you have these big wicks. In the second 15-minute period, same thing. Why is that? It's the overnight trade settling. You have buyers and sellers. Things are just settling down. So the first 30 minutes of the trading day can be very, very volatile and wishy-washy. Now, you're probably asking, well, can I trade during that period? Yes, you can absolutely trade during that period. And I do think that I only recommend doing this if you are an experienced trader, an experienced day trader. Look at this. This is one of my favorite stocks to day trade. It's LABU. Now you can see that this thing went from 126.50 to 129.50, 130 in a matter of 15 minutes. It gets this big spike at 9:30 in the morning right off the rip. Now if we go to the previous day, let's see what it did. Previous day, same thing. Big drop down, big wicks on it. Previous day, big move up. Previous day, big move down. What is this showing you? Every single day at 9:30, there's an opportunity to go long or short. So if you're experienced and you understand it, you can jump in. But if, in my opinion, you need to exit before the next 15-minute candle comes about. Volatility can be a good thing, but volatility can also bury you. So when I look at 9:30 in the morning, it could be a good time to trade for people that have a lot of experience, but for the majority out there, including really myself, I don't like trading at 9:30. Why? I like all the crap settling down. Now the next time, 10:06, this is my favorite time of the day to trade. 10:06, you get about 36 minutes to wipe away the market, wipe away the overnight trades, let everything calm down, let all the excitement from the bozos on TV settle down, saying that Google's the next big thing and Nvidia's going to $10 trillion in market cap, and then everybody comes back to normal. That's when I like to start trading. So if we go to QQQ, this is today, look at this. So this was the 9:30 candle, this was the 9:45 candle, and then what happened? Then you had a nice engulfing candlestick down. Smooth, everything started to smooth out. Your trend started to move down. Look at this first 30 minutes. It was wonky up here. Then it started to smooth out and come down. Really nice engulfing candlestick down. Volume started to pick up. Look at this also. First 30 minutes. Yeah, you had a little bit of good volume there, but it fell down. What happened at 10 o'clock? It started to creep back up. That's the beauty of opening this up and seeing it. Now, for me, if I'm swing trading or if I'm long-term trading, but really swing trading, I am not executing a trade in any capacity ever until after 10:06. That is a very, very hard rule that I have. I do not make a trade unless it is after 10:06. Why? Because of what I said earlier. Get all the overnight crap out of the way. There's a very good chance, if we go and look at Bank of America this morning. Bank of America, now you're going to have to trust me on this because it's about 11:26 right now. Bank of America was up here and it was a green candle at about 9:40 this morning. Everything looked really good. They reported earnings, everything jumped up. And by 10:30, you were all the way down here. You had pulled all the way back down. Now it's recovered a little bit. It's about a quarter of the way back. But my point in saying this is that was earnings. All the overnight trades started moving it around. Wait till after 10:06. If you're not up here, if it's not an engulfing candlestick, you don't enter the trade. You're going to get faked out if you trade before 10:06 in the morning. Now, the next time, 12 o'clock. I don't like trading at 12 o'clock. Why? Well, 12 o'clock is lunchtime. And the people that really control Wall Street go to lunch. They go on there, have their couple martinis. They come back. They kind of chill out. They don't really do anything until later in the afternoon. And then they go do whatever they do. But look at this. This is the NASDAQ. This is about, look at this here. Yesterday, you had a big run up and you had a big run down. Notice what's happening to my cursor. It's going up and down, right? And then all of a sudden, 12 o'clock comes around. 12 o'clock is right here, and what happens? You go sideways. You go sideways through the afternoon, basically, until later in the day. If you continue to just zoom this out and go look at other times, again, let's look at this one. This is the NASDAQ. You started the day here. You came up. You had a little bit of fluctuation. Then you got to about here, and right in this area, you just went sideways. You went sideways and did nothing. Look at this. Picked it back up in the afternoon. Do not trade around 12 o'clock. The volume is not there. Remember, when it comes to the stock market, everything is volume. Volume drives the market. If you don't have volume, you're not going to go anywhere. Guys, I hate to break it to you. The guys on Wall Street, the guys in the big hedge funds, the guys with the algorithmic hedge funds, they control everything in this market. They're the institutions. They drive volume. If they're not sitting at their desk or their computers are not executing trades for them, it's just not going to happen. So I don't like trading around 12 o'clock. I would recommend that nobody trade around 12 o'clock. That's just pretty much a rule that I've gone through my entire life. Back when I was day trading full time, I would sit down at my computer at 9. I would be gone by 11. I might come back in the afternoon, but usually there was enough movement in the morning that I could execute the trades that I needed to execute. The next time is about 1:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon. This is a great time to trade. And you can just look at my screen right here. You had that little lull right here. All of a sudden 1:30 comes around, and what happens? Well, you start having movement again. Why? People are back from lunch. When people are back from lunch, you are going to start to have volume coming back into the market. It's very simple. So if we can go through here, and let's just go over here. So we had that this is the afternoon. This is the afternoon. All of a sudden, 1:30, 2 o'clock picks up, and you have some movement going on again. So let's go to this day. You had consolidation in here. 1:30, 1 o'clock comes around, big drop, movement until the afternoon. So from 1:30 to 2:30, or I would probably just say 2 o'clock. Just go to 2 o'clock. That's one of my favorite times to trade in the afternoon. So if I had to rank what I've said so far, my first favorite time to trade would be 10:06. Absolutely trade at 10:06. Love doing that. You're going to make a lot of money if you trade at 10:06. Next favorite time, 1:30, 2 o'clock, somewhere in that range. Everybody's back from lunch. You're getting that driving volume that is great. Then 9:30. 9:30 is great because there's a lot of volatility, but you have to be experienced. 12 o'clock, I would recommend that nobody trades. Now, the next favorite time is 3:50 in the afternoon. Why 3:50? Well, the market closes at 4. So what do you think is happening at the end of the day? People are going crazy. People are either going to exit their position that they're in, or they're going to enter a position because they want to get it in the next day. They just have to buy. They have to be in that stock. So you're going to get a lot of movement at the end of the day. I tell my day traders that you need to pay attention to the last 15 minutes of the day. The last 15 minutes, you're typically going to get big moves like this. You're not always going to get big moves, but you're typically going to get some type of big move at the end of the day. Here's a big move at the end of the day. Let's go out a little bit more. Here's a big move at the end of the day. This is the last candle of the day. Again, last candle of the day. You can see there's a big wick on it. So there, you can capitalize at the end of the day by people just having to get their orders in before the bell rings at 4 o'clock. And to me, this is one of my favorite times to trade. Not more favorite than 10:06 in the morning, but it is a great time to trade. And when I execute a lot of orders is between that 3:50 and 4 o'clock time frame. So to go through it one more time of my ranking system of times that I love to trade, number 1 is going to be 10:06 in the morning. I feel like I've beaten a dead horse with that one. Number 2, 1:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon, somewhere in that time frame. Number 3 is right at the end of the day, 3:50. I love trading at the end of the day. Number 4 is at 9:30 time frame, only if you have experience. And number 5 is 12 o'clock. I don't advise anybody to trade around 12 o'clock. It's lunchtime, everybody's gone, the market is just dead. So I actually came up with this video because I was asked this question so frequently by our Patreon community. Everybody was like, well, what is the best time to trade? And Mo, you always say, wait until 3:50, see what the market's doing, see if you have an engulfing candlestick. The community is a great place. Not only, you might have these questions too. Everybody has these questions, guys. I had these questions when I was younger, when I was less experienced. Trust me, if you're new and this sounds like a foreign language to you, it is, but you can learn it. Everybody started at the ground level. Trust me. Right now, I have a couple of spaces left, $29 a month. It's in the Patreon app. Join it. Talk to other members of the community. Talk to me. Come and join the live streams that we have multiple times a week. It is a great place to learn to make some money as your primary income or on the side. So now that you guys have the right times to trade, I made a video on the trading checklist that I go through before I execute a trade. That video is right here. Go watch it.